The Jubilee Party had promised its supporters and aspirants a free, fair, credible and professionally managed nominations process. But instead, chaos, confusion and protests dominated, a shambolic exercise that had to be called off in its entirety, angering millions of party members who were keen on picking their preferred Jubilee flag bearers for the August general election. After a crisis meeting that ran late into the night, President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto, accompanied by the party's Secretary General Raphael Tuju and the Elections Board Chairman Andrew Musangi, owning up to the fiasco that was the Jubilee primaries.
To the millions of party faithful who turned out to vote, and to the thousands of party aspirants who turned out to compete for our party's ticket, we unreservedly apologize for the underpreparedness, for the magnitude and scale of the nomination exercise.
The party had invested millions of shillings in the exercise, a huge chunk of the resources being set aside for printing of ballot papers and logistics that would result in a credible process. But complaints of inadequate ballot papers dominated, and even where they were delivered to polling stations, it was hours after the scheduled time.
It is not that we were unprepared. We were underprepared.
Sources close to State House disclosing that up to 300 million shillings was allocated for printing of ballot papers and nominations logistics. While the projected turnout was 50%, influential persons who were awarded the tender to procure ballot papers ended up printing less than 20% of the voting materials and pocketed the difference, leading to the crisis at the polling stations, where way fewer ballot papers were availed, the president ordering a change of tact.
And that was where I'm saying we had a level of underpreparedness. Nobody expected the kind of turnout that we witnessed yesterday. So we were hit by a huge shortage of voting material. And this is what now, from yesterday and today, we have been undertaking to ensure that we have enough material.
While heads are yet to roll following the shambolic primaries, the president and his deputy have taken charge to avert a crisis when the party holds fresh nominations next week.
That's why we cancelled that, so that we can now prepare. And I am confident that this team behind me, plus an additional backup that we are also putting in place, will ensure that we have a credible and transparent process. So rather than play games, we said we must keep to our promise, we must keep to our pledge of free, fair and transparent nominations.
The president assuring party supporters and aspirants eyeing various elective seats that the repeat exercise next week will be free, fair and transparent, and that neither he nor his deputy had preferred candidates as alleged. Yesterday's Jubilee nominations have been described as shambolic. Even with the cancellation and a new timetable unveiled by the party leadership, the challenge is to conduct a free, fair and transparent process next week that will pass the test of time. Francis Gashuri, State House, Nairobi.